Hi guys, in this video, we will learn about SQL and databases, what is an SQL query, and how to write basic SQL queries. Watch the entire video because we have a quiz question for you at the end, and one lucky winner will get an exciting merchandise. Now let us first see the introduction to SQL and databases. Injections are the most common flaws or vulnerabilities found in web applications nowadays. That's why they are at the top of the OWASP top 10 list. And the most common of these injections is SQL injection. To understand SQL injection, we first need to understand what SQL is. So SQL is structured query language which is used to query data from the database. SQL basically helps web applications in communicating with the database software to retrieve or store data from or in the database. Now, you may already know what a database is, but for all of you who don't, a database is a set of neatly structured data. A simplified example of database would be a library. If you think about it, books are nothing but data. Now, imagine what if instead of having separate cupboards for different types of books, libraries would just stack all the books together like this. Can you imagine how hard it would be to find a book in this pile? It may take days to find a specific book that you're looking for. To avoid all this, books are stored and organized in different ways. There can be a cupboard for mystery books, a different one for horror books, and so on. Now, if you're looking for a Harry Potter book, you can just go to the fiction section and get the book. So that's how database works. It basically helps in making units of data more accessible when there's a lot of data. As you would know, websites store a lot of user data. For example, if you have an account on Facebook, they have your name, photos, messages, places that you visit, and so much more. All this data is stored in a database. So in technical terms, database is a collection of data stored by a website in a particular format. This data could be all the application information like user info, messages, posts, etc. etc. Now, let's try to understand the structure of a database. Usually, a database software stores data in the form of tables. These tables have rows and columns, much like Microsoft Excel. For example, this is how a database of a college may look like. You have a table called students which would contain details of all the students like this. Hope that gives you an idea of database's functions. To conclude this is how a user is able to see his data on a website or web application. User interacts with the browser interacts with the application server interacts with the database software using SQL to fetch, edit or add any data required. Next, let us understand how to write basic SQL queries. As you may have guessed, there are different database softwares available in the market. And how you write queries for these softwares differs a bit, but the fundamentals remain the same. In this training, for all our examples, we will be referencing MySQL database in particular, as it is one of the most widely used database software. Now let's see how we write SQL queries to talk to a database. Suppose there's a website which needs its users to log in to view their profile. And this is the table in their database which stores the basic information of the users. The name of this table is users. So when the website wants to add, edit or fetch any data, they use SQL to do so. Now there are different commands in SQL which can be used to do various things. For example, when a user creates an account, the website uses an insert command to add the information of the user in their database. And when the user wants to view his profile, the website uses select command to fetch the user's data. In this topic, we'll stick to basics and learn about how the select command is used. So let's say you want to fetch the names of all the users in the database. You can do so by simply writing select name from users and the output would look like this. If you want the email IDs of the users along with their names, you can get that by just adding a comma and then writing the name of the column that you want to fetch like this. And the output would look like this. Now, what if you want the names and email IDs of only those users who are active? Meaning users who are marked 1 in the active column. You can do so by adding a where condition like this, and the output would look like this. Similarly, if you want the details of the user whose email ID is kapoor007 at hotmail.com, you can do so like this. Or you can do it like this. Notice how we replace the name of all the columns by the asterisks. When you write an asterisk after the select command, it means select all the columns. So when you want to fetch a whole table, you can do so by adding an asterisk after select. Also, you might have noticed that we put kapoor007 at hotmail.com in double quotes. That is because all the non-numeric values must be passed in either single quotes or double quotes. So keep that in mind. That's how you write basic SQL queries. Also, SQL queries are not case sensitive, so this select from users where email is equal to kapoor007 at hotmail.com and this select from users where email equal to kapoor007 at hotmail.com are the same and they will generate the same output. But it's better if you write the commands in all caps so they are easy to read. Now you can add more conditions to your queries depending on what kind of data you want. You can select from users where active equal to 1 and user ID is greater than 1001. This will give you the details of all the users who are active and their user ID is above 1001. You can write this. Select from users where active is 1 or email is test@test.com. This will give you the details of all the users who are active or email is test@test.com. What do you think will be the output of this? Select from users where active equal to 1 and user ID is greater than 1002. Take 5 seconds to think about it. Well, the output would be blank because there is no user in the database who satisfies both the conditions. Now that we have an understanding of SQL and databases, are you ready for the quiz? Look at the screen. What will be the output for the query shown on the screen? Answer in the comment section below. One lucky winner would receive an exciting Internshala Trainings merchandise. Hope you enjoyed learning about SQL and databases, what is an SQL query, and how to write basic SQL queries. This video tutorial is a part of Internshala Trainings Ethical Hacking Training Program, and to learn ethical hacking, visit the link in the description. To learn exciting new concepts and skills on the go, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to stay tuned.